I receive an income, I know it every single month, I know how much I earn, how much I spend. Can I take my expenses and calculate my zakat on a monthly basis and pay it as opposed to paying it once at the end of my hijri year? This is an excellent question. Maybe this is for people who can't afford to suddenly be hit with a £500 zakat bill, that once a year. That once a year, of course, is the same date on the hijri. A lot of people choose Ramadan, but it could be the 1st of Sha'ban or the 1st of Shawwal or whatever it is every single year. On that date, you look at how much money you've got and you pay it. And of course, if you're very organized with your ins and outs, then you'll know that that's roughly how much I'm going to pay. And if you are looking to try and minimize that, okay, the bill at the end, what would the reason be? Because you can't afford to pay a sum of money in one go? Okay, then yeah, you can keep putting aside that. You could on a monthly basis calculate the zakat on what you've got each month, okay? But what becomes difficult here is that your zakat 2.5% is upon everything that you have. So if you have at the end of the first month, for example, let's say 12 months, okay, and you start the first month and you've got £2,000 in your account, and so you take out 2.5% and you put it aside. Then the next month, what's going to happen? You're going to have the same £2,000, okay? Well, then you take out another 2.5%. But let's say at the end of 3 months, you've got £4,000. You're not going to pay it on £2,000 minus 2,000. You'd pay it upon everything that you have. Therefore, you'd pay it on £4,000. And then you'd pay it on the next month. In actual fact, if you do it on all of your wealth every single month, you could probably end up paying more zakat than what you actually need to pay. Now, if that happens, then at the end of the year, when you make your calculation and you've actually overpaid your zakat, then you can have a rebate for yourself if you like. As you can see, this is complicated. This is a complicated approach. The only evidence that we have of this approach, by the way, is a narration from Abdullah ibn Abbas radiallahu anhuma. He would assume that he would know not the monthly but the year amount that he would have on his whole date, the hijri date that he would pay the zakat on. And knowing that in advance, so let's say that he knows that I'm going to be owing 500, okay, and knowing the kind of people that he's going to give it to, but he knows that also those people are irresponsible, they're going to spend it all in one go, so instead I'm going to give them £50, like for example £50 a month, all right, starting from now. So that's something which is allowed, to pay zakat to its recipients before you have to pay it, not after. Because there are some people who calculate their zakat. So I calculate my zakat today, it's £500. I'm not going to give it to the poor person right now. I'm going to pay it to them in installments over the next year. That's not allowed. What you can do though is to work out in advance what next year's zakat is going to be, and you start paying in installments to the poor person now. And then when you get to your zakat date, if the money, it has a discrepancy, then you fix it. Basically, what I'm trying to explain is that in actual fact, it's not a clever way of trying to calculate your zakat every month. It's not the correct way, it's not the sunnah way, and it's going to lead to inaccuracy. If you want to put a bit of money aside that you estimate that will be zakat, so that later on then it helps you to put the sum of money forward, then fine. But I like that. But if you want to calculate the amount so that you can start giving it to the poor early, then you need to estimate what you're going to be paying in a year's time, and then now divide that up into the installments and start paying it now. So 1 year to be paid in installments in advance, not post you actually pay zakat. That's quite a complicated answer to a complicated question actually. You might need to listen to this answer a couple of times, but I think you'll understand. Otherwise, I have spoken about this in Faith Essentials and in my class, Pure Pesa, and Allah knows best. Hey, thank you for watching, and subscribe so you can continue to get the rest of the videos. I don't know, whether somewhere over here, there, whatever, whatnot. It's beautiful, this series of videos, FaithIQ, and we need your support, and that's by watching it, by sharing it, and then by donating towards it so we can continue to make more videos that deal with more of your issues. Jazakumullah khair wa assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.